Hey guys, Real Estate Stacy here. I don't have any coffee. I have my ice water today. I'm on my way to go do some parent-teacher conferences. So I thought, since I have a few minutes before I need to head over to inside the school, I thought I'd just give you guys a little video here. So today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I have been thinking about, I don't know, since 2009 when we first bought our first house with a VA loan. And I remember it was a first-time buyer. I had no idea, I worked in the banking industry at the time I was working at Citibank, and so I knew a little bit about loans. I knew a little bit about the different things, helping clients and things like that. But Citi has their own mortgage company that we would refer people to. And I remember my manager, I was always curious, like, what's equity and I had all these questions, and she's like, oh, just wait until you buy your first house, you'll understand. So lo and behold, I bought our first house. I'm learning all the lingo and things. And I remember our lender had said, because we were getting our VA loan, he said that VA loans are assumable. And at the time I was like, oh, what's that? That's interesting. So I was looking into it, and basically where someone can assume your mortgage. And I always thought, why would somebody want to do that, first of all, and when would that make sense? And I don't even remember who told me, but somebody was like, oh, well, back in like the 90s when interest rates were higher, like early 90s, even the late 80s, or like early, like 1981, I mean, interest rates were at like 18.42% or something ridiculous. So it's gone down since then, but, and now it's kind of going, how it is. But I remember them saying that it was because, interest rates were higher. So if you had a lower interest rate, you could have someone assume that mortgage. But everyone I talked to was like, but you don't want to do that because that's stupid. You would never want to do that. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, anytime I hear people say, whoa, 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 don't do that, don't worry about that, it seems like it's always a great opportunity for me to get more information and actually help people with that. Like a lot of these first-time homebuyer programs, I even had a lender say, oh, no, you don't want to worry about that, because if they need a first-time buyer program to buy a house, then they shouldn't be buying. And it's like, that mindset, you guys, I feel like people don't really think outside of the box. They just think, oh, well, if it doesn't fit into this 30-year standard mortgage, you should never do it. And it's like, okay, so what's the alternative here? If somebody wants to buy a house, but they just need a little assistance for their down payment so they don't have to pay PMI to be able to buy their first house and stop paying their landlord's rent. And they're sick and tired of rates increasing every year because of inflation. So things like that, where you have to really make people take a minute and stop and think about it. And to me, it seems like these people don't want you to do it because it's more work for them. And that's what it comes down to, because there's more work involved when you're dealing with the first-time buyer program, especially on the lender side, because there's certifications and things that you need to do to be able to offer this product. And there's so many that come through that sometimes it's not ideal for the lender to get certified, do all these things, and pay all these fees for a program that's only going to be here for a year. So it really just depends on your situation. And whenever someone says, don't do that, look into it. And that's what I'm going to do for you right now, because I didn't do what I thought I should and look into it further. So now I'm hearing people doing assumable mortgages, because look at it right now. People have like a 2.5 interest rate, or looking to sell their house to a buyer that's going to have to pay 7.5 interest. That's 5% more. Wouldn't you think if you could have someone assume that mortgage at 2.5%, imagine what a buyer could do with that. Imagine what that buyer how much of your home just went woof. Everybody wants this house now, right? Wouldn't you want that? So that is what I'm going to do for you right now, is I'm going to look into this, because people are starting to do this, and I think it's a great avenue to look into. Might not be for everyone, and I'm sure there's pros and cons just like everything else, but I'm going to look into that, and I'm going to come back with more information for you guys. So stick around, stay tuned, and I will keep you updated on assumable mortgages. And if you have questions now, go ahead. I'm going to put my information down on the link below, but it's srider.net, and then just my email, srider@stacyrider.net. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.